We'll start off with security in Niger State, where Governor Umar Bago has expressed sadness over the terrorist attack on communities in the Borgu Local Government Area of the state. The governor, through his chief press secretary, Borgu Ibrahim, described as cruel and nefarious the terrorist attack that led to the death of many people, the kidnapping of several others, as well as the destruction of livelihoods. He extended a sympathy to the people of the affected communities, especially the victims and their families. The victims of the attack at the Kasondaji Market, Sukumbara village, are both Muslims. Let's talk to an insider in Niger State, security analyst Dr. Abdullahi Jabi. Dr. Jabi, thank you for joining us on the news tonight. Niger State is back in the news for all the wrong reasons. From an insider's point of view, what does the scale, the coordination and movement of these attackers across these villages and even state boundaries tell us about the nature of the threat in this area?
Thank you for inviting me to join you today on these topical issues. Unfortunately, this is happening in our states. It's a recurring decima, and what it speaks about is just the failure of leadership and failure of having political will to get into this matter and get it resolved. Niger State has been an epicenter of this insecurity over time. And in the new year, we are visited with this type of mass killing and burning of markets. And this is unacceptable anywhere in the world. The president must do everything within his power to ensure that this attempt by a few individuals in northern Nigerians to truncate his administration is not allowed to take place. This is what the president should do as a matter of urgency, and all the security formations must coordinate their affairs to ensure that there is a concerted effort towards bringing an end to insecurity, not only in Niger State, but in Nigeria, because this is a testing ground for 2027 election, and the president was very decisive on this matter.
Do you agree that there's a sense to which the preceding incidents where hundreds of school children were abducted was resolved in such a way that no arrest was made? We saw these children released in 2 batches. What's the correlation between that and what we're seeing right now?
There was arrest. Arrest was made. In security palace, it's not every situation that will be reported to the public the way it is true to time. Technically, there are information that need to be reserved for the professionals to handle so that the public will not misinterpret it for personal gains. And that is why most of the information regarding the factors and the circumstances for their release was not made public. It's not that there's not arrest. Good number of arrests was made. And the president and the government is doing everything within its power to ensure that this is brought to an end. But with this new episode now, there will be more decisive action to ensure that these criminals were not given a breathing space, because they are causing more harm than good in our country. But this will not be allowed. And Niger State cannot be used as a testing ground for continuous fears and insecurity in Nigeria.
Indeed. But we hear there are concerns about the large expanse area, especially the game reserve. What kind of security architecture are you looking at, especially when you consider the terrain that Nigeria can implement at this time to prevent a recurrence?
Yes, like it is now, the armed forces now, under the leadership of their commander, have deployed good numbers of army and equipment to ensure that they ensure the citizens within those areas that they can be secured. And the government is just responsible for that, because that is the essence of governance in the first instance. The security of men, women, and resources, and ensuring their peaceful coexistence.
All right.
Where this has failed, it means there's no legitimate government in place. And I don't want to believe that the election of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu under the APC platform to govern this country for the first 4 years in the first instance is a mistake. I don't want to believe it's a mistake. The president is doing everything within his power to ensure that peace is returned to every part of the country. Not only that, ensuring that economic restoration is being gained and then people begin to see the dividends of democracy as it were.
All right.
It came at a very wrong time when things are very, very bad. But I can assure you that the president is very determined. And I want to say to the public that the governor of Niger State needs to be on his beat on this subject matter. And since when these things are done, the governors always seem to be offshore the states and offshore the country.
All right.
The governor was elected to govern the people of Niger State and must be on the ground to govern the people. Yes, I'm listening to you.
Yeah, good place to leave it. I believe that it's a developing story, and we're going to continue. We're monitoring the development very closely. Dr. Abdullahi Jabi, security analyst, thank you so much for talking to us.
It's a pleasure for meeting you on this platform.